He told me I could make the ship any way I wanted to, so I made it a cube. Hopefully it'll work out. Also, I feel like before I get into it, I should have a special thanks for my very first subscriber. For that, let me see if I can replay the notification for it. Here it is. Billy1527. The first and best subscriber. Anyways, let's get to the cube. I am playing with some mods. Most of them kind of low impact, but that's kind of subjective. And also, I already got this started earlier. Basically, I started with the start where you have a grav ship, picked up the stuff on the starting platform, flew down onto the planet. I collected one harvest of corn, collected some steel, collected some wood, and now the mechanoids are 16 hours away, so I'm gonna have to leave soon. Just making sure that my ship has everything I need. It gets pretty cold out in space. It's got one space heater, probably gonna need more. There is no airlock, so if there's a decompression event, one of these 4 people are gonna die because I only have 3 suits. But that's probably not gonna happen, so why worry about it? Still have some wood to collect, which is kind of important because that's how I get my fuel. Both fuel tanks are full. Chem fuel generator's also nearly full. I'm just gonna run down this timer until it's at like 5 hours or so, and then I'll leave. These 3 guys at the start of the row are the guys I started with. Jerry kinda showed up just recently in a drop pod. Decided to join. So he's the brother of Phoebe. Don't really have a solid relationship. Alright, mechanoids are 8 hours away. I think now's a good time to go. So there is a 53% chance of something fucky happening. Didn't happen the first time where I landed here, but slightly more than coin flip odds. Everyone on board. Could just move to another area on the ground. There is this one spot in orbit that I want to go to. It's got Faxstone and compacted machinery. So I'm thinking I go there, land somewhere, back on the planet over there, then go to the other spot over here that has steel. Cost basically all my chem fuel. No functioning oxygen pumps. Maybe I don't go to orbit then. It's a mechanitor complex, which is tempting. Yeah, let's do it. Generating. Right, that's the complex. I get the weird feeling maybe it was a bad idea to land here, because if I remember right, raids are gonna start showing up before the engine's ready to leave again. It'll be fine. Alright. Land. Right over here. Cannot make an oxygen pump. Or at least I don't think so. Not quite sure what I need to research to get that. Orbital tech. Ways off from being able to research that. Right, so now that I'm here, could grow some more food. Not sure how much 1,361 units of corn is gonna last. Probably long enough. Get some more steel. Could use some plasteel and some gold for once I eventually want to make a... What is it, a microanalyzer? Multi-analyzer. Kind of a ways off from getting that. And I don't see any plasteel or gold anyways. Right. How about I start by sending in these two dudes to go check out the complex? I only have one person that would make a good mechanitor, and it's Shike. I could also just hold on to it until I get another crafter. There's the casket with the guy. Not terribly much loot in here. Popped it open. Nothing bad happened. Yet. Here's the big link. Haul that over. So the only thing I have to worry about in here is the unstable fuel node. Thinking I make the cube bigger. So that's what I'm gonna do. Meantime, I'm gonna research microelectronics and then orbital tech. Well, maybe I get that multi-analyzer first. Earlier I get it, the better, but only if I can make it. Not entirely sure what I should grow. But some strawberries. Also still have to convert Jerry 11 hours from now. Wait for the outer platform to be built before I start on the walls. I'm thinking I'm gonna keep it one big room for now, but eventually I'll compartmentalize so that at least the whole thing's not gonna instantly pop like a balloon as soon as one of the walls gets breached. Starting to run out of gravlight panels. I think I had 200 something before I did this one expansion, so gonna need more if I want to keep extending it. Which I do want to keep extending it. Just preemptively dig some graves, because I know I'm gonna need them. Alright, convert. Here we go. Yeah, I made the ideology of my guys be a bunch of shipborne dudes. It is a fluid ideologon, so I can change it eventually once I get 10 points. Might take a while. New plant. Commonly found in swamps. Recognizable for its brown cigar-shaped top. Amazing. Also, supposedly there's fish in there. I think I saw one. Kinda hard to set up a fridge in a ship. So maybe it'd be a good idea to get these guys on packaged survival meals sometime soon. A lot faster with the deconstruct tool, but I think it would also deconstruct the power conduits in here and the floor. Not sure about that second one. Alright, the cube is now bigger. Just get that out of the way. Some of the doors are made of steel and some other ones are made of stone. Barrels do not give steel. Good to know. Jerry's got nothing to do. Do have him assigned to hunting. Go get some turkey. I probably do also want to start making some cloves. Alpaca fur is good. There's a good spot for it. Probably up here. Stuff that does not need a workbench, I'm gonna put up there. Stuff that does, or not workbench, tool cabinet. Should, well, I was gonna say make a trade thing, but I need microelectronics for that. I've been seeing you play some RimWorld recently, Maniacal. Have you, tried the DLC yet? Also, yeah, I'm kind of inviting a roaring fire into this ship by having everything be made out of wood and it being one big room. People are getting heat stroke. I've got the passive cooler in here, but it doesn't seem to be doing much. It's 3 degrees cooler inside the ship than outside. Gonna try to do a royalty run win before trying the DLC. That's the one where you need to have, what's the name of the position? High Stellarch, I think, of the Shattered Empire. Or is it the Emperor? But yeah, you need to guard him for a bunch of days. I don't think I've ever done that one. Funny enough, actually, the only endgame scenario that I've actually won was the one where you sell your colony. You need to do it like 4 times or 3 times. I forget how much. And the only reason I got away with that one was because I didn't really mind starting a new colony. All the other ones I tried for, I'd kinda just get bored and start over, or just stop playing before reaching it. Definitely not anything to do with like 30 raiders drop podding in right onto the bedrooms every time. So man, there's a lot of wild animals here. Hit him. Rennie is not happy. He's got minor pain, and he wants artificial parts. Could solve both of those by replacing his arm with a wooden arm, but then it'd be a lot less efficient. Actually, I can only replace the hand. I'm not sure if it would actually fix the thing with the arm. I do have the mod that lets me just perform a surgery to heal it. Do have the medicine and someone who can do it. Yeah, maybe I just do that. Goods are shooting. Yeah, it's alright. Sure could use a better gun though. Oh, a couple more chairs. Maybe I'll make him a fancy chessboard too. Right, make a couple of tool benches, or tool cabinets. What do I want my guys to wear? Start with the non-optional stuff. Pants. Button-down shirts. With normal quality for now. Don't think I have anyone I want as a dedicated crafter. At least not just yet. I forget what they can wear along with the vac suits. Because I do eventually want to spend most of my time in orbit if I can. Covers the middle and outer layers. I'll give him some dusters. And as for hats, just give him some cowboy hats. Right, that's set up. One more bit. I'm pretty sure you can't make wires go underneath generators. So where's the best spot? I could just leave it where it is. Move the shelves instead. Probably should have someone that's a bit more mentally stable as the person in charge of recruiting people. Just because it makes their mood go down. Also, they successfully healed that scar. Didn't even notice. The deserter quest. You know, one of these days I'm gonna accept this quest, but today is not that day. Being enemies with the Empire always kinda just seems like a bad idea. Because they're the only faction who both has really well equipped dudes and also tries to put death acidifiers on every single one of those dudes. Not to mention the ever-present bio-coded weapons. The last time I flew the ship, it told me that the engines were ready a little while after I landed. I don't remember getting that message. This time around, that is. Another thing I've been thinking is, if I make more chem fuel tanks, I can go further away. Some mechanoid relay over there. Powering a relay that is part of a huge mechanoid communication net. You can disassemble the relay, but the process will take days to complete. Relay itself will be heavily defended. I am not heavily armed, so probably a bad plan. Going back to orbit. There's machinery on that one. Steel, more steel, uranium. That one's got jade. Uranium, machinery, some gold, any plasteel. not seeing any. Turkey meat has rotted away. The feeling there's going to be a lot of spoiling alpaca meat in my future. And the power went out. As no one's been making chem fuel. Shoot. I should not have disassembled my wooden generator. Another thing I know they added with the DLC was you can make little trade ships that are much more efficient and convenient than transport pods. Where would it... oh, right there. Shuttle. Need the transport pods and need the multi-analyzer. 250 steel, 150 plasteel, 6 components and a shuttle engine. Only be manufactured in a large specialized factory, making them rare on the rim. In other words, I either need to buy one or find one. Wonder if the crash shell quest would be able to provide me one. Down to 850 corn. Might have to grow some more strawberries. Should be plenty. Size 229. Shike is attempting to make some cowboy hats. Doesn't seem very successful at it. Rejected proposal. Shike proposed a lifelong commitment to Phoebe. Phoebe rejected. But it didn't break up. So not the worst it could have been. He's gonna be upset about that for a while. Try to cheer him up about it. He is now more upset about it. He'll be fine. Alright, all the hunting's done. Could get him to hunt some more. Do also need the research to get done. All the storage over here. Right, so this time, Phoebe's the one who proposed. And it went through. It's easy as that. Oh hey, Scholarly. Yeah, I finally put in that payment information stuff. Now I'm officially affiliate. Feels about the same, to be honest. Although I have been curious, does it give you the different quality options on the stream now? Because I know it was super inconsistent with that beforehand. And supposedly partners and affiliates have a priority on that. What won't feel the same? The streaming part. Yeah, that one. Alright. A lot of things I could start working towards. Such as maybe setting up hydroponics would be a good idea. But I think I might want the bigger ship before I get that. Oh, I meant more like what I expected to be different. Honestly, not sure. Just with how big of a deal Twitch keeps making being an affiliate seem like, I figured there'd be more to it. Instead, it's just, I have pre-roll ads now. And I also have subscribers. Such as Scholarly Frog. You are now the number 2 subscriber. Unfortunately a little late to grab the first spot. But I do appreciate it. Very much. Also, another thing I forgot to set up was the notification sounds and stuff like that. I know I can hear it on my side, but I'm not sure if people can hear it on their side. Nope. You got beat to the punch by Billy1527, who subscribed 11 hours ago when I wasn't on stream. So you can consider it cheating if you want. Or another way of looking at it is you're the first one who subscribed on stream. Gotta have points for that one, right? deconstruct all of this. Don't think making stone structures inside of my spaceship is a good idea. Seems kinda heavy. Did not hear notification sound. Alright, I'm gonna have to work on that one before the next stream then. I did intentionally set up so that the follow sound was something only I could hear, but I figure the subscriptions are big and important enough that I do want everyone to be able to hear them. Again, just have to go set it up. Also, that guy's going for a swim. Don't think that's the cleanest water. But whatever, as long as he doesn't catch a horrible infection or something. Second is first to be last. I was gonna say something clever about that, but instead all I can think of is... shoot, what's his name? Ricky Bobby. If you're not first, you're last. Or no, wait, that's his dad who says that. Then later on in the movie, he attaches a pack of Cheerios to the bottom of his car and tells the police that he has cocaine. Great movie. Everyone is in relatively good mood. No one's starving, got plenty of medicine. Should start working towards trade goods. In other words, how do I want to make my money on this run? The usually easy answer is just make a shitload of cocaine. But I figure that's gonna be hard to do if I'm gonna be spending most of my time in a spaceship that has to move. Like, every once in a while. Crack? I did that last time. Well, actually, technically not last time. If I look into my save games, that's the current one. Sparrow Industries was... I think that was an Arctic base, so they weren't doing crack. The one before it, Stunt, that one was definitely doing the crack. I know that weapon manufacturing is not very lucrative because typically you spend more making the guns than you do getting out of the guns, unless if they're really high quality. Food is similar. Art? Yeah, maybe art could work. Could fly from place to place looking for marble to collect. Turn that marble into statues. Or also, since I know that there's, in orbit, sometimes chunks of jade, and also uranium, I could make some fancy statues out of exotic material. And Rennie is good at art. Not terribly much else. So yeah, we'll make some art. Probably want a stonecutter's table to start with. The art bench, of course. I'll get him to make a bunch of statues. Which also reminds me, I should probably have a spot for him because I know you can put him on the shelf. Alright. Let's make marble blocks. Do until you have 250. Actually, 550. So this and just being lazy and pulling the trigger on throwing the money at Steam. Yeah, it's... If you've ever played something like Dwarf Fortress, it's similar in idea, but I find that the UI is a lot more intuitive. There's also the extra fact that it can be as simple or as absolutely bonkers ridiculous as you want to make it. Like right now... Oh no wait, you meant the DLC, not the game in general. Right. Although there is a lot of good stuff that they added in with the DLC. Like, I'm probably not going to interact with it basically at all, but there is the new one of the new biome types that seem pretty interesting. Not Scarlands, the Glow Forest. Yeah, I'm thinking eventually I'll want to make like a undergrounder colony in the Glow Forest. Because it seems basically tailor-made for that kind of playstyle. And I do like just making a base underneath the mountain eating bugs all day. It's a peaceful existence, up until 20 mega hives pop up in your storage. So the Black Cobra Grand Chief of the Pact of the Mesa is requesting a favor. Her friend is interested in learning about other cultures, wants you to host her at the Ancient Mechanica Complex for 11 days. And they'll give me a sentience catalyst for it. The heck is that? Single-use dose of mechanites used to enhance neural pathways in animals, permanently increasing their trainability and reducing their wilderness. Effect is not stacked. Now, if I had some animals, I would definitely care about that, but I don't. On the other hand, plasteel and a reinforced barrel would also be pretty good. I'll accept it. So all we have to do is keep him happy. Which they're a pessimist, so that might be difficult. Actually, do I even have to keep him happy? Or do I just have to keep him alive? Just have to keep him alive. Right? Should be easy. Yeah, I think the biggest use for it is how there's some animals who are really good at, like, just kind of being... what's the word I'm looking for? Basically combat animals, because they have a lot of health and they do a lot of damage. And then you can use that on them so that they're also useful for hauling stuff and such. Although I do wonder if it could make, like, an already smart animal even smarter. I'm not sure what benefit that would give. Right, good on wood for now. Got plenty of steel. Yeah, bringing down the wildness would be pretty good. Especially if you have a lot of animals. Remember one of my previous saves, I had like a bunch of attack elephants that I had, and I had so many of them that the one person that was trained enough to actually train them could not physically keep up with maintaining all of them, so I had to sell some. Which, again, would be ideal to fix a situation like that. I think I should start making fancy meals. I think all of them need both plant and protein though. Unless if I make it a vegetarian meal. I'll set it up like this. I'll make the regular ones that need meat and veggie, and then the one that only needs veggie. I'm sure I'm glad everything's nice and fine at the cube ship. Right, for a second there I thought that was gonna say raid. I was kind of inviting it on myself. Learn of an ancient relic of the way of Archism. Yeah, I'm good. It's another one of those things that I only ever really pottered with once, was finding the ancient artifacts for the Ideologon. I remember that I got it, and occasionally pilgrims would show up and be like, hey, you have the rare thing, have a gift, and then they'd leave. Then it would keep happening like once or twice per every in-game year. Which, don't get me wrong, it's a nice bonus, but for the amount of dudes I had to shoot to get it, it didn't feel worth it. Rennie and Jerry are not up to much. Tell them to go collect some wild plants. So maybe I test out those fishing spots. Wherever they are. It is unclear. Stockpile zone, dumping zone, growing zone. Is that something I have to research? It is. Unlocks fishing zone. So it is a zone, we just don't have it yet. Still need orbital tech. Want the multi-analyzer so I can get the shuttle. Maybe I go orbital tech, multi-analyzer, shuttle, and then fishing. Or maybe I just get fishing first, because it'll take like no time at all compared to everything else. And I'll finish the current one, then I'll get fishing. Maybe also the packaged survival meal. Then I'll go back to get those other things. So at least that way I have a steady source of food that doesn't go bad, so I don't need to build a fridge. This is burning up 50 wood per 5 days. Not an issue right now, but it will be once I'm up in space. This is new. Beam weapons. Arc weapons that use gamma ray beams to burn through armor and ignite targets. Sounds spicy. Fires a sweeping beam. The narrow high energy beam can pierce thick armor and ignite targets. Seems pretty accurate. It's a gamma ray laser burst in a rapid sequence. It's even more accurate than the last one. Plasteel, 30 steel, very advanced components. A little bit more expensive for the other one. Comparison to charge rifles, needs a little bit more components. Yeah, that's the fancy shit. A Stellarch of the Grey Empire says that her friend has been wounded while traveling. Victim is Morg, a 35-year-old digger. There's nobody to spare to rescue him. His highest skill is mining. Pretty darn far away, however. 13 days left. I could just fly over there. But then I'd be giving up on all the strawberries. Actually, a lot of them are nearly done. So maybe I'll collect this badge, fly over there and go rescue that guy. They're already collecting it now. Gonna need some more shelves. Research is done. Now learn to fish. Place it there for now. How does expanding the ship work? If you click on the grav engine, which is the core of the ship, it tells you how many more substructure pieces you can put. So currently I have 380 out of 500. The blue zone is where I can place them, and then you just kind of place them like that. Then the walls of the ship has to be hull specifically. You can make it out of steel, silver, or plasteel. Then I just place him on top of the substructure. Can't place him if there's no substructure. But yeah, there's other stuff that I don't have researched yet that I also have to worry about if I want to actually bring this thing to orbit. Mainly oxygen pumps. I'm also probably going to want some vac barriers so I can make some airlocks. And then of course, some vac suits. Which I can't really afford to make my own right now, without getting some more plasteel. Got the 3 over here, which might be enough to just get stuff started, but I'm definitely gonna wanna eventually have one for everyone. Yeah, it's kinda like a fancy drop pod. Well, maybe not quite. Another thing about how it works is whenever you take off with the ship, it specifically says it'll destroy the existing map, in the sense of you can't go back to it. There is a thing you can build though to be able to go back. That is this thing, grav anchor. Needs 5 advanced component, 300 plasteel, and 80 grav-light panels. Just started with a bunch of the panels. I'm not sure if it's something I can easily find or what. Crafted head, fabrication bench, 1 plasteel, 5 vac stone. I know for a fact the vac stone you find up in the meteors. Or asteroids. Yeah, that's the right term. So all of them have vac stone and then 1 type of resource. So it's as simple as going up there if I want to get some of it. Oh hey, there's the royalty quest. I'll have some more strawberries to collect. How long do I have to go to rescue that guy? 12 days. Alright, no rush. Also, now that you mentioned drop pods, they actually do have a better version of the drop pod you can use now. You have to research drop pods to get it, but you can make passenger shuttles. So, unlike the drop pods, you can land somewhere and then just use it again to fly away. So even if you're not planning on making a spaceship, those should make trading a lot easier. You can also use them to go up into orbit, but that kinda seems like a bad idea. not have enough power for this. Oh, here's the mechanoids again. So I have 13 days to prepare where they show up. And by 13 days to prepare, I mean 13 days to get everything on board the ship and get the hell out of here. Like the ships that the Royals can send for missions, actually very... I'm not sure if it's very close to the same thing or if it's literally just the same thing, because the sprite they use for it does look like basically the same thing. It looks a little bit different, but I'm pretty sure it's just a stylish difference. Functionally, it's probably the same. Actually, that's another thing. You need a shuttle engine to make one of these. I get the feeling that those quests where they crash land a shuttle, that's probably how you get the engines. Probably. Have not tested it. Right. We've harvested everything. People are standing around not doing much. What we launch? We have a 40% chance of something going wrong on landing. Slightly better odds than last time. And now I think about it. Wonder if it's gonna fail the quest for this. Sure hope it doesn't. And yeah, you get the little warning here saying, your current map as well as anything not on the graph ship substructure will be permanently lost. Launch process if destructive, meaning you won't be able to return. And off we go. There's the guy I'm gonna rescue. Probably should not land on him. Just look at the map first. Bunch of steel. More steel. Silver. Any plasteel. Not seeing any. Alright. Land. Right here. Maybe a bit more to the side here. You know, you say that. I've had that happen once. With a mod that I used to use, I think it was called SRTS ships. Which basically lets you make these ships that basically do the same thing as what the new transport shuttle thing does. Where you can load it up with guys and cargo, send it to wherever you want, and then from there send it to wherever else you want. Super handy for trade routes and stuff. But anyways, once I had it land on a map where I think it was the same scenario as this one where I had to go rescue someone, but the guy went from down on the ground from his injuries to getting up, trying to leave the map, and then the ship landed on him. Unfortunately, this was way before I started streaming. So, no footage. So, trust me, bro. It totally happened. Well, he is good at mining. Don't think an undergrounder is gonna like being on a spaceship very much. But we'll take him anyway. Oh hey, second chunk of silver. And an ambush. Being ambushed by crows. Here to come. And there to go. Morg has joined. He could eventually be good at growing. I don't think that's particularly realistic. This isn't... Impids have poor plants, poor animals. They have a -4 offset. Learn level 3 and a -4. So we'd have to gain 1 level just to be at 0. Also, I don't have a bed. I should probably fix that. There we go. A very nice bed. An engraving on this furniture resembles Jerry Ellis slicing into Archer Rennie Renhack during surgery while surrounded by scary-looking surgical tools. Jerry is sweating profusely. This illustration refers to Jerry performing a medical operation on Rennie on the 7th of August, 5501. How could I forget? Anyway, go save that guy before he gets, like, some kind of infection. The engines only give off radiation when they're in operation. And if the ship's flying, you probably shouldn't be sleeping anyway. Probably. Also, Phoebus Pregante. Here's another thing that I've only just now considered. Should I have turrets on the edges of the ship so I can just land somewhere and already have the defenses set up? Or should I have them ready to install and just install them outside the ship once I land? Probably the second one now that I think about it. Actually, not not sure if there's space pirates. If there are, I'll probably want them mounted at all times. Well, either way, making another layer. Slightly too big. There we go. Still need more power. Fishing's done. Probably some fish in that lake. Might be some over in the tunnels too. Just plop that down. Population 20, very low. Tilapia. Could build little platforms with switches to deploy the turrets as needed. I was thinking more like what I'm currently doing, where I have the big square, and then just have a turret at every corner, so... or at least, for now, get more elaborate with the setup as I go. Right now I can't even build turrets, so don't have to worry about it. Collect a shitload of wood. Seem to be going through it pretty darn fast. Yeah, when it comes to function or form, I mean, I definitely argue that the cube is both the perfect thing to build in both scenarios. So really, I'm doing perfectly so far. So another thing I just thought about was maybe I don't build substructure behind the engines. So I'm pretty sure it interferes with it. Then again, I can just move the engines again. It's just... well, I won't get rid of those, but I will get rid of the ones right there. Do not have enough of these grav-light panels to build the whole way around, but I'll build what I can. Also, I should probably queue up some research. The orbital tech, I need machining for multi-analyzer, which means I also need smithing. scavengers with strong beaks and broad wings. Strong stomach acid allows them to eat rotting corpses. Could have attack vultures. Probably won't, but it's an option. Jerry has caught a fish. It is unclear if fishing trains up anything. It does increase the animal skill. Very slowly. Gonna be a while before more gets to work. Speaking of work, just remember the art bench. Get him to make 10 of them. Primarily out of marble, but also jade. Won't get him to make it out of gold yet until I have a surplus. Same thing with uranium. I think silver's also worth it, but only if you have really good artists. So otherwise you're going to be making statues that are worth less than the material you're making them out of. Also the fishing tutorial. Place a fishing zone where your hunters will fish. Uses the fish population in the body of water, avoid overfishing. Fewer fish will be caught if a body of water has under 300 fish. Animal skills catch more fish faster. Now we know. You have detected the energy signature of a grav core. The signal originates from an ancient decaying reactor. Location is marked on the world map. Cracks in the reactor's shielding are leaking harmful material, bathing the nearby area in toxic fallout. Reactor itself will be heavily guarded by ancient security systems. Sounds dangerous. Yeah, it does seem like a much lower risk version of hunting. Although that does make me wonder. I remember seeing in one of the previews for the DLC saying that they added hippos to the game and that they do like to swim in the water. So maybe you also have to worry about, well, both the hippos and maybe alligators, maybe there's stingrays, sharks maybe. Kinda just assumptions though. Yeah, territorial stuff. Which, I'm not sure if they changed anything with the behavior of the predator animals, because from my previous experience, even dangerous stuff like wargs or foxes and wolves basically won't care at all about you being anywhere near them as long as they're not hungry. And also, of course, that you're not attacking them. So I'm wondering if hippos work the same, because I know outside of the game, hippos are probably the most territorial animal. Probably. I'm not really an entomologist, so I don't know for sure, but I remember hearing bad things. Oh, the art's being made. Not very good art. Sculpture portrays archer Rennie Renhack crawling across sun-baked dirt with cracked, dry lips. Rennie's clothes are tattered and torn. The whole image is depicted by the careful arrangement of 8 partridges. The work seems to symbolize family. This representation relates to Rennie getting heat stroke on the 6th of August, 5501. Kinda like how sharks just want to taste and not the whole noms. Yeah, I hear your big cats like cougars and tigers kind of work the same. They're not really initially interested in the eating you part. That just kinda happens after you stop moving after they beat the crap out of you. Well, sometimes that's how it works. Other times they really do just want to eat you. Just like my cat. Beeb's got a 5. Rennie's got a 9. Should probably have Rennie be more, or Phoebe more focused on the research, Rennie more focused on the art. So, new quest. 3 desperate refugees are approaching. Their leader is called Coyote. They say their caravan was ambushed and everything was taken. Coyote begs you for permission to stay at the incapacitated refugee for 7 days, so they can rest and regroup. Charity quest. Believers in Ilvaban Creed will be unhappy due to their charitable beliefs. I think that means this guy. Huh. Now, usually I wouldn't be one to turn away free organs, but kind of on a premium for space. I think I'm gonna skip that for now. So how much longer do I have to have this guy around? 2 days. How much is this one worth? 225. Also, it's made of steel. But I specifically told him not to use steel. No, I forgot to take it off. Oopsie doopsie. Okay, that one's much better. Marble large sculpture. Good quality. Worth 270. Material and labor is 214. which is the material alone. .9 takes 100, so it's about $90 worth of marble. Just gonna deconstruct the steel one. So what's the art? The work is shaped like Archer Rennie Renhag, turning the pages of Farsko's approach to ore, absorbing the knowledge within while relaxing in her favorite reading nook. Rennie is surrounded by her notes on Farsko's approach to ore. If you squint your eyes, the static composition of the image reveals the outline of a lentil. The work has an unoriginal feeling and a focused structure. This depiction refers to Rennie finishing Farsko's approach to ore on the 5th of August, 5501. And that book just so happens to be the only one I have. It's a book about mining. I really need to get more books. Isn't writing books a thing? Don't remember seeing about that. I know that there was a mod I remember seeing once that did have that as an option. Not that I've ever used it, but don't think the DLC that added the books added making your own books. I'm just kind of wondering which mod it was. I think it might have been the vanilla expanded ones, but that's because those ones add a shitload of stuff. Never really cared for balance of those ones though. I always found they had a habit of, like, adding things that are just outright better than the vanilla stuff to the point where if you have the mod and you're not using it, you're kinda just gimping yourself. But then again, if you're installing a mod and then you're not using it, then why do you even have the mod? Such a conundrum. Oh hey, work's finally healed up. I think I'm gonna take Shike off of mining. Same thing with Ready. Yeah, funny thing, one of the times where I actually did use the vanilla expanded stuff, I remember liking one of them in particular. I forget what it was called, but it added a bunch of genetics related stuff, and I remember thinking it was pretty darn neat. And then a couple of months after I did that, they had announced the DLC Biotech, the one that added the gene editing stuff, and it was way better than the mod. Funny how that works. So the cube is starting to look pretty darn dirty. Jerry, your new priority is clean. There he goes. Alright, we're starting to work on the orbital tech. hey, Shrike and Phoebe are beginning their marriage ceremony. Yet there's the shuttle, which these ones still look the normal way. Alright, there's my plasteel. One mod you liked was the Common Sense mod. That reminds me, I saw that they had finally updated that one to 1.6, but I hadn't activated it yet. Maybe I should do that. Wait for them to finish their marriage ceremony, then I think I will go and do that. Right. Save. Still a ton of these that haven't been updated yet. Turn that one on. See if there's anything else I want to turn on. Not really. Oh hey, here's the one I was thinking of. The Vanilla Genetics Expanded. I remember liking that one, especially because you could make your own genetically modified creatures that you can make fight for you. But why do that when you can just genetically modify your pawns to be addicted to go juice with none of the downsides? Yeah, I don't really have an issue with the idea of what a lot of these vanilla expanded mods do, but a lot of them just kind of add clutter, to put it nicely. Right, save, apply changes. Hopefully this doesn't break everything. Which also reminds me, is there any fine-tuning I have to do for this one? When this option is off, all options activate immediately after toggling them at the cost of always being in the code. Possibly affecting performance even if they're toggled off. I think the performance good enough. That stuff seems good. Yeah, I think this is more or less ready to go out of the box. So the room quality went from like 70 up to 98. It could be better. I could easily make it better. Got 2,751 wood. Should last me like an in-game week. Probably. Alright, I think I'm completely out of Gravlight panels, so I should cancel all of these. soon as I've got that oxygen pump ready. I'll probably move to doing more stuff in orbit. Yeah. Oh, it's kinda rough when there's a puking spiral because one person got food poisoning and then I didn't notice that it was the cook, and then the cook goes and makes like 20 more meals at absolutely terrible quality because there's both vomit all over the kitchen and also they're running off of like 40% manipulation or something, so then everyone's sick and then the plague hits. Fun stuff. Oh hey, another statue's done. Codex number I9DJ. It bears a depiction of Jerry Ellis poised over the chess table, his body loosed and relaxed. 9 clowns are slumped in defeat. The Dadaist style of the central scene clashes with the neoclassical depiction of the background. If you squint your eyes, the triangular composition of the image reveals the outline of 7 onions. This artwork tells the story of Jerry enjoying himself at a chess table on the 10th of August, or Juggust, 5501. Interesting. Yeah, fibrous mechanites. You know, I always get confused between the different types of mechanites, but that's because there's 3 of them. Glad to know that you're enjoying the cheese. I was, trying to think up of what kind of emotes I could do, and I did find a couple of images that I thought would be funny as emotes, but I was kinda worried about the whole don't use anything you don't have permission to, and then I, settled on a slice of cheese, because there's no way that one's copyrighted. Also, the fish is going bad in storage. The other thing I could be doing is have everyone on, nutrient-based. Takes up a ton of room. Probably worth it. So I should have been converting this guy. Go do that. 18% reduction. Since I've got nutrient paste, I probably shouldn't bother with the simple meal. Bunch of people don't have stuff to do. probably have him out there farming something, but maybe I move positions first. Been here a little while as it is. Orbital tech is done. Get him to research the packaged survival meal. I did want to launch. There's nowhere above I could go. Have to reposition on the ground. Could have him go over there. I noticed this one says foggy is a terrain feature. Fog is common. I don't think we need to collect anything else here. Yeah, send them. Over to the Foglands. This place looks different. Plenty of fertile land. It's land right over there. Over here, grow some berries. Over there, grow some corn. $126 tiles should be plenty. Should be. And let's not forget the fishing. Have catfish and bass. Where's the bass? I still don't know. Still never looked it up. Don't terribly care if I'm naming the fish right. Some metal components. Anything else nearby? Some free steel. bass. Bass. I finally know how to pronounce the fish. It's all steel. Some slate, some granite, a little bit more marble. The uncles are big hunters and fishers. I do remember you telling me that story. What was it again? The catfish babies, or was it the lobster babies? I do not remember. I remember the moral of the story being both 1, sort of horrific, and 2, incredibly tasty. Ah, yes. Shovel-nosed shark babies. Yeah, wasn't the technique with those is, since they're always gathering around anywhere that there's blood in the water, you catch one, chop it up, throw it back in, and then there's sharks everywhere. A prairie dog has self-tamed. A burrowing rodent, a short tail and sharp claws used for digging. They are social animals, often living in large colonies. No trainability. Do I keep it? Or do I eat it? I'll keep it for now. But as soon as the food goes low, it's gone. We'll hook them and shake a bit to lightly scent the water with shark blood so that the other sharks stay away. Never threw it back because it's just wasteful. Could have sworn I heard a story, probably not your story, but about some type of fish that would basically eat anything, including other fish of its own type. And so all you'd have to do is basically catch one, and then you have enough bait to keep catching as many as you want. But I don't remember which one it is, so maybe I'm just making it up in my head. I have a bad habit of doing that. Alright, there's the research for the packaged survival meal. So next up, smithing. The Fisher Conundrum. Fish or cut bait? Yeah, it's kinda like you need money to make money. Sort of, vaguely. I guess fishing for investment money is a bit different than just fishing for fish. But the principle's similar. Oxygen pumps are surprisingly cheap. Small wall-mounted unit that releases oxygen into the surrounding room, allowing enclosed area to repressurize in space. Essential for long stays. So I need one of these per room. And I currently have one room, so I need one. Place it next to the art bench. I want to make a vac barrier. I need 2 panels. Sure hope I get the panels back if I deconstruct this. Do get the panels back. In that case, get rid of those ones. I'm gonna make a second airlock. Detected a massive GravTech energy reading indicating that the mech hive is hidden somewhere in orbit. If you could find it, you could shut it down, or make use of its power. Mech hives are production and control platforms that birth mechanoids and coordinate their actions around the planet, powered by Persona Core. Collect more gravship tech to track down the mech hive's location. It got dark all of a sudden. So if I make my ship any bigger, I'm gonna have to work on the lighting again. It's at 49% lit in the corners. And I'm being raided. Group of Itakin from the Kutkinesh tribe. One guy with a steel whacking stick, and another guy with a steel pointy stick. These guys can recruit wild animals. This might get a bit silly. Maybe. But wait, they're gonna prepare for a bit and then attack. Wait for them to come to me. Intercepted a distress signal from the nearby camp of Inoue. Begs for immediate assistance defending against a threat. They offer everything at their camp in return for help, including shards of powerful arco-technology. And as they try to explain what's wrong, the signal goes dead. All the way over there. 15 days. Did just plant all this corn. typically takes 11.3 days to grow. It's in fancy soil, so slightly faster. So I'll wait until the corn's done, and then I'll fly over there and save everyone who will totally be alive 10 days from now. And they're starting the assault. Right. Morg does have the fire spew. Although I get the weird feeling that fire on this map would be a very bad idea. Then again, if it gets bad enough, I can just get in the ship and leave. Alright, burn him. One down. Use the thing. Didn't seem to help him much. The bird seems confused. So I'm not sure if it's just me or if my microphone is picking up a lot of mouth noises that I've been doing. Sure hope it isn't. It's not supposed to. A lot of what? Mouth sounds. You know, like... Alright, I apologize for doing that. But you did ask for an demonstration. I like these new diagonal pieces. Looks fancy. Not noticeable as far as you're concerned. Well, it'll have to be good enough until I can go review the footage later. If I review the footage later. Have a terrible habit of not quality control checking. It's worked out so far, but I should probably take it more seriously. Suddenly I'm wondering if this is just counting the amount of fish in the area I have here. Make it bigger. Stayed the same. Okay, so that's the whole body of water, not just the part that they are told to fish at. If it's scuffed, then it's scuffed. Not much to do about it. Oh, smithing's done. On to machining. Once that's done, I can go right to multi-analyzer, or I can go towards gun turrets. Do enjoy me a good machine gun turret. Although then I also need some of this other stuff if I want some of the good turrets. Like the M134 sentry gun. Yeah, I'll go for the analyzer first. Food is getting low. So that reminds me, I never set it up to make the packaged survival meals. Do that right now. So this sculpture is new. TL6. This sculpture bears an artwork of the minor celebrity Buffy. Intriguing. Power is ready to launch. Oh yeah, that's another thing I forgot to mention. It asked me to name my ship the first time I played this. You know, before I started the stream. And I was gonna type in Power Cube. Except I went to go hit the backspace, and then instead I just pressed enter. So now it's called Power. Which honestly, fine enough. Anyway, the Neanderthals are attacking. It's only one of them, but he is good at melee. You just make a Buffy the Vampire Slayer sculpture. Maybe. I am aware of the show, but I've never seen it. Is there any circular thingamadings in the show? If so, then yes, it is. If not, then I don't know, it probably still is. Anyway, how do I want to deal with this guy? It's got move speed of 4.22. Morg has 3.48. Yeah, same tactic as last time. Except with Phoebe instead of Morg. No wait. Phoebe is pregnant, so maybe not. He does have the asthma, but it's not slowing him down terribly much. Alright, no hits. And he is closing in fast. Scatter. I think we got him. Could fit so many bullets in this bad boy. At least it's plenty of training. And I'm gonna steal his clothes. He does have actually pretty good quality spear. You know, for a raider. Is it better than this thing? 4.94, 13%. Well, this is specialized for destroying stuff rather than people. Market value of 113. Versus 7.35 damage, 38%. So definitely better as a weapon. Market value of 186. To your spear now, man. I still don't have a weapon for Morg. Could give him a melee weapon, but he's kinda useless at that. On the other hand, it is a utility weapon more than anything, so have at it. Shyke has an inspired surgery. Does anyone need surgery? Actually, yes. 3 scars on Morg, and 1 on Jerry. Let's get all of it fixed. Gonna use up 8 of my medicine to do all this. Didn't realize there were multiple wargs and a cougar. Shouldn't be a problem because there's plenty of stuff for them to hunt around here. But wouldn't hurt to know where they are. Cougar and one of the wargs are kinda close. Keep accidentally bumping into my microphone. Research is complete. Actually, what does that let me do? Can make frag grenades and gas mask. I don't really need those right now. Phoebe is due to give birth in less than 6 days. Should probably prepare for that. Gonna need grip. Right there, next to the engine. What else? Going to eventually need a blackboard. Gonna make a toy box. And one baby decoration. Sure is warm inside the ship. It's 24 degrees in there, 18 degrees outside. Let's put a couple of coolers in here. Get rid of the passive cooler. Jerry's doing the surgery on him. Success. Same on the second one. And the third. Alright, coolers are done. Technically these are a weak point in the hull. They only have 100 hit points, as opposed to the 420 Lamau on the craft ship hull. Now that I think about engines, do I need to make the bigger ones? Right here. Says that they're more efficient. Range offset of 16. Whatever that means. That one's 16. This one is 10. I've got 4 of those ones. Can support up to 4 small thrusters. So how many big ones? Six. Wonder if I'll want to deconstruct the small ones, or if I should upgrade all of them to large ones. I'll probably want both if I can fit both. Ah, the only person who's any good at medical stuff is Jerry. Which means no one's gonna do this operation on him because he needs medical 5. The more I think about it, the more absolutely completely pointless this prairie dog seems to be. I'll let him go free. Won't be having prairie dog burgers today, but maybe tomorrow. It's like a dicky cat. Kinda just looks more like an overgrown rat. At least to me. I'm sure you'll have a much more fulfilling life out here in the prairies, surrounded by works and cougars, than you will on my ship. That's almost certainly gonna inevitably explode into a gigantic fireball at some point in the future. Probably. Got 10 days left on that distress signal. Corn is 30-ish% grown. Actually, if I select the zone itself, it should tell me. Average is 31%. Guys are starting to starve. Gonna need more people on hunting duty. The storage is starting to fill up again. You know, I was just thinking about how that cougar is starting to look hungry. Get him. Some minor injuries. There's a fire over there. I'm sure everything will be perfectly fine. It's on the other side of the river, after all. is spreading. Oh hey, another one. There's a big old burning ring of fire. And it's raining. That's so much for that. Some sparrows. Small birds that travel in flocks. Can thrive in a variety of environments. Not particularly useful, other than as a source of cat food. There's 3,000 more experience points, and then Morg will be at level 1 or 0. I forget how it works. Probably 0. Also reminds me I need to keep trying to convert this guy. $74%. Berry harvest is in. I've been noticing that the guys have been eating the packaged survival meals rather than the nutrient paste. Don't think there's any way I can... Oh, hold on. While fishing, Sheik made an unusual catch. The coalition map of Daristia. The heck does that mean? A map from Mjolnir with quick sketches of peculiar clans. This map may be as much a warning as a guide. Next to a crossroad, the map is signed by D. the Witch Doctor. Grease stains and frayed edges give it a well-worn utilitarian feel. Near a green skull icon, someone has written in bold letters, Mad Elk. So, ramblings of a madman. Let's see what happens. While reading the coalition map of Darislia, or Daristia, Shrek discovered the location of an ancient chem fuel refinery. You can loot the structure for valuable resources. Be warned, the ancient structures can contain a variety of threats. And it's all the way over there. You know, I am kinda tempted, but it's not like there's a time limit. Apparently it counts as a book. Starting to think I might want a dedicated hauler. Or I could just let Jerry do all of it. He'll get it done after all the cleaning. One of the engines broke. Noticing the maintenance on the other ones are kinda low too. Or distant fires. %50 grown, on average. Need to stop growing corn. Takes too long. See how the prairie dog's doing. He is asleep, next to the turkey. living his best life. Also, I probably should have built this comp console like 10 minutes ago. Maybe 20 minutes. Starting to run out of room. Starting to run out of food. And they're out of fish to catch. Get him to go hunt some of this stuff. Phoebe has increased creativity. Just not what I wouldn't want right now. Large size means to provide more nutrition than most fish. Interesting. And being raided by the pigskins. 3 of them. Guy with a shotgun, guy with a knife, another guy with a shotgun. Huh. You know, I don't like the idea of fighting these guys, so I might just leave. Nearby farming worksite. Right, everyone's on the ship. Goodbye corn. Never got to taste yet. Go over to the distress signal. Right? So, as I definitely suspected, everyone here is dead. And I'm not sure what the best spot to land would be. Probably not directly on top of the good soil. Right here. See what happens when I land on the raccoon. Well, the raccoon's gone. While landing, he was forced to do an emergency maneuver, resulting in an intense and prolonged deceleration. The experience has left your colonists feeling extremely nauseous. The effects will quickly fade. Right. No one leave the ship for now. Two hours. 3 hours, 4 hours. Just have to wait a little bit. An ambush. Flesh beasts are popping out of a hole in the ground. Also, those are mastodons. I was gonna say mammoth for a second. Totally different. Massive elephant-like mammal. While briefly extinct, the mastodon now roams countless worlds due to its resilience to bitter cold. Its thick hide makes excellent cold weather clothing. However, hunting the animal is a dangerous proposition even for skilled hunters. Advanced training capability. Has a war trumpet ability. Command the animal to release the powerful roar. This has a chance to cause hostile humans and animals to tremble in fear, reducing their movement speed and manipulation. Sounds pretty good. And there's a bunch of tiny dudes coming this way. And again, research how to summon the flesh beast. Something I'm definitely gonna do. Oh hey, they all got taken out by a turret that was there. One down. There's one more active one on the map. The tri-spike, however. It's more like there's 3 more left on the map. Not ideal. But we got the job done. I'll let him heal up, then it'll probably take more to go run through all these ruins. Ooh, heavy SMG. There's also a machine pistol. Let me just grab some of these mini turrets. There are 2 of them. Left to grab, that is. And Phoebe's giving birth. Or in the process of, anyway. .3% chance of dying. It'll be fine. Wait. Oh. Those are the ones from the first time around. They got back up. It's happening. And there we go. Healthy child. Given the temporary name, Baby Perez. Yeah, that's a good enough name to me. New quest available. Manos Delis, an acolyte of the Grey Empire, recently lost a scouting party to a pack of 8 man-hunting sparrows. Uh-huh. Wants to draw the beast over to you to be killed, to uphold his honor. Show up in 15 hours after accepting. Just jiggering around some settings for a pre-stream setup. As in, you're gonna be streaming tonight? Or like, tomorrow? Because I know you usually do things on Saturday. I'm not sure if I want to grab this quest. It's probably not that challenging to take out 8 sparrows. But the rewards are lacking. might be in trouble. Yes, every day. As in, you plan on streaming every day? You do? Well, kind of just proves how great of a viewer I am, huh? It's two of them. Could have sworn there was a third one, but I don't see it. Yeah, I do try to catch her streams, like, within reason of course, but half the time it feels like I'll notice you're online, I'll click on it, and then you're like 6 hours into Noida, and you're like... What's the way to describe this? Not necessarily that you're finishing the stream, but it's always like the vibes are you're gonna be done any time now, and it's usually also like nearly midnight by the time I do click on it. I don't know, it's more of a me issue than a you issue, I'll put it that way. Honestly, another thing that I'm kind of impressed by is you being able to consistently stream for so long, so many days in a row. I think I've only ever done like a 6+ hour stream once, and that was like nearly a year ago at this point. So I always end up like right around the 3 to 4 hour point, my brain starts to feel like gelatin. Speaking of, I am getting to the just over the 3 hour mark now. Not sure how much longer I'm gonna keep cubing. Ah, back into the caves. Now that had me thinking, since I was thinking of if there was any games like Caves of Cud that I could play, because as far as my stream numbers are concerned, it's definitely were some of my better streams. Which, had me thinking maybe I could play something similar-ish in terms of category, so like roguelite related stuff. But the only thing I can think of that I'd want to play that I know has an audience for is FTL. But that's a pretty competitive category for streaming. CDDA? I have played a little bit of it. Not very good at it, but I can sort of figure out the interface. Maybe I should give that one a try. There's also some other ones I was thinking of, like I've got Cogmind, which I haven't played since the last big update they had for that one. Never played it on stream, however. Anyways, thinking back of the stuff going on in the video game rather than about the video games, should probably send Morgan to go and salvage the stuff over here. Sound balance is a nightmare for that game. I've never actually looked at it, but you can't just change the settings? Or is it like there's only one setting for all of the sound? Huh. An obsidian flak helmet. It's a new material, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Dark glossy volcanic glass, brittle but sharp, makes for intimidated decor or vicious blades. Then a helmet being made of that stuff is probably not very good. Probably. Oh yeah, the proximity-based sounds. Yeah, I remember there's a lot of rooms where you walk in and there's just loud-ass machinery sounds. Or like whoop whoops. That kind of stuff. Radiation suit. Yeah, that one's from Ribatomics. Gonna set me on lurk. Alright. I'll probably go over in Radiant a little bit as soon as I finish my drink and finish looting this place. Got a shard. Alright. Don't think there's any more covered buildings I have to worry about. Just have to get the flesh bulbs. And we're done. Now the deconstruction begins. Really need more marble. Could use some dining chairs. Batteries. I think that's everything. Quest available. Royal Ascendants. Didn't I get this one just earlier? Just sworn I did. Maybe it resets whenever you move maps. Also, the multi-analyzer's done. Pretty sure I can't make it. Yeah, need gold, need plasteel. Nearly enough plasteel though. Gonna need an extra source of energy. Or I need to start turning stuff off. Plenty of free stuff. Just gonna wait for him to load it up all on the ship. Maybe tell him to go hunt some squirrels too. Hares. Turkey. Give Morg the SMG back. Wherever it is. There it is. Don't think he's hit this one once. There we go. Slowly getting better. Very slowly. Ship is ready to launch. A beautiful aurora. New quest. A 3-year-old child named Roy is calling from nearby. This is a pack of 19 man-hunting prairie dogs are hunting him. Sounds like a him problem. Good quality revolver. Detecting a logging worksite and a hunting worksite. Finally got that squirrel. Gonna get transport pods. Just so I can go for shuttles right after. Wanna get one of those as soon as possible. Should make trade a lot easier. I'm also thinking I'll want to have a little landing pad on the side of the cube to keep the shuttle on. Won't complete the rest of the platform around the cube. Just because I'll run out of, what's the term? Connected substructure slots. We have 22 more of those. Quite the look Shike has. Other than the fireform popper and a couple of guns left over here, got basically everything that was in this base. I say that, I keep finding more things on the ground. Whatever. I'm getting impatient. So I'm just gonna end the stream right there. And I'm gonna send the raid over to Scholarly Frog, since he's gonna be up to some shenanigans. Let me just get that set up. Start up the raid. And as for the subject on if I'm gonna keep playing this save, I'm thinking I'm not gonna commit to it. I might stream the same save again, but I'll probably also just keep playing this one off stream. You know, instead of doing 2 save files, burning myself out on one of them, and then not wanting to play the second one anyways. Just doesn't seem very productive. I don't know. Maybe I'll be back tomorrow to play some more. Depends entirely on if the guys want to play some more Peak or some other multiplayer game. I'll figure it out. But anyways, thank you for watching the stream, and now let's get to raiding the frog. See ya.